And we're back again, and a three-man pod for a
Yeah,
three-man show for this one.
and it's been a year, and it's been years. Okay, not years, probably like 2 years since we last had a three-man pod. Or even just the fact that we had Al on here. Yeah, I'm back, bitches.
He's back.
It's been a while.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Uh,
But yeah, it's been a while too since we've done videos. A lot happened. This is our chance to review WrestleMania
and
33
WrestleMania week in general.
and just the aftermath of it all as well.
So let's do this.
So let's just get into it. Talk about WrestleMania in general.
Well, before we even get started, this show was way too long.
Of course, yes. Of course, they did the same thing as last year, and they made it. How long was it? The same amount.
7 hours. 7 hours this time. Officially, 7 hours.
But was that like the exact same length as last year? I forgot.
No. Last year was probably less. It's shorter. It was shorter. This was.
Are you sure? Was it like 6?
No. Last year runs almost 7 hours. This one was officially 7 hours.
All I know is All I know is I was lucky. I didn't have class. I didn't have class at 8 in the morning. The next day.
You would have been complaining.
But anyways, I guess we'll talk about some of the pre-show matches. First off, I think Neville retained against Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship. I didn't watch it.
I saw the match. It was a pretty good, solid match. Nothing really that exciting, but hey, it was good in-ring work. And I feel bad for Austin Aries for Neville going for his hand, kind of plucking at it, or just picking it like, yeah, that's just not right. But then again, he is a heel, so he's trying to get the win.
I mean,
didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have watched it, but I was doing something I was doing something at the time that the pre-show was going on, so couldn't catch that. But I did manage to catch the other two matches on the pre-show. That was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the IC title. So I guess we'll talk more about that. So the Battle Royal.
Another bathroom break.
Yeah, I couldn't pay attention to this as much. I mean, they had at first we really thought this was going to be Strowman winning this, but then they just completely threw us off and had him be eliminated by everybody in the match after he eliminated Big Show.
And then we had Rob Gronkowski, correct me if I'm wrong, come in, and at first the security was trying to stop him, but it was like, no, it's kind of let them oh wait, this doesn't work here. I'm gonna come in, spear.
Yeah, and they weren't. Yeah, security wasn't gonna stop Rob Gronkowski. You see the size of that dude?
He's a big motherfucker.
He really is. He's a big ass dude. He if he's gonna jump over that railing and security's gonna try and stop him, he's gonna push him out of the way. You're not gonna mess with him. He's a big dude.
And that's all tight end for a fucking reason.
So he interferes. He costs Jinder Mahal a match, and the winner of this was Mojo Rawley.
What kind of swerve was that?
I don't know, but either way, what does it matter? Nobody benefits from winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal anyways.
No.
As history has shown. And it's gonna be the same with Mojo Rawley, unfortunately.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not too upset. And because of that, I'm not that upset about, Braun Strowman didn't win. Well, nothing really happens to anyone who wins Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so I'm not going to complain about that. But hey, I was happy Mojo Rawley got a win at WrestleMania.
What's crazy is they're pushing Strowman, and they didn't even have him win at WrestleMania. That's surprising.
Well, don't forget Fastlane, too, with Roman Reigns.
Also, okay, so Then the next match was the IC title match between Ambrose
Okay,
and
I
Corbin.
didn't care for this match. I'm
No,
sorry. There's nothing to
this was
respect
bad.
in.
Yeah, this was bad. Fortunately, I was sitting through this hoping that it was going to be good, but it was just a waste. I could not get into this match. It was just bad. Ambrose retains, but nobody cared. And it's so sad. And you know, it's so crazy because this just like, I was right from the very start since SummerSlam. Because what I was saying, like, you really think you would take Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler seriously as main eventers?
No.
Because they were main eventing SummerSlam last August. And you get to WrestleMania, and they're not even on the main card. Just think about that. They were the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam last August. Now you get to Mania, and they're not even on the regular card.
What an ironic turn of events here for how things turned out.
Yeah, see, what have I told you? Like, I told you, like, the whole thing with Ambrose and Ziggler was stupid, and this just further proves it. And that WWE didn't care about this, and this further proves it.
Wait, so is this worse than what they did with Dolph Ziggler going into Royal Rumble 2015 after he did 1-3 at Survivor Series 2014?
No, because at that time I kind of cared for Ziggler, but right now I don't. Like, I don't even care that he was on the pre-show.
Yeah, it stinks that. Oh yeah, and Kurt Angle, I believe Kurt Angle mentioned that he would like to work with he would like to work with Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins and a few other guys, but
At least not Dolph Ziggler right now.
Mm.
But anyways, now we get to the actual card, and I believe, and yeah, the opening. Well, first, like, New Day. Yeah, first match. Well, the opening was New Day coming out to, welcome everybody to WrestleMania. La da da. Then we get to the opening match, which was Shane McMahon. And I was surprised this opened the match. I was kind of thrown off that this was going to be the opener. I thought this was going to be like somewhere in the middle, but they made it the opener. I was kind of confused. But then I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, okay, let's see where it goes from here.
Up the cow's ass?
What?
It went up the cow's ass.
What, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles?
Yeah, that's exactly where it went.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain that, but otherwise, this was awesome. This is a great match. I totally watch it again. Although, yes, it seemed kind of a kind of feeling when, Shane McMahon's going to go about leaping elbow again, although there's no crazy high spot. But hey, I'm fine with it, and I'm okay. Okay, aside from the fact that June 1, they pulled WrestleMania 17 with the Taker and Triple H by knocking out the referee in order to have Vince McMahon, like, come on, they should have been known for the key match in the first place. Shane McMahon's not too bad without fighting without weapons, because Shane is more than just using weapons. He's a fighter, like I said, a fight.
But still, I really couldn't take him seriously as a fighter, even when he was doing all this with AJ. It wasn't the same. I couldn't get into it.
Pulling out those MMA moves.
He's a performer.
But
so is everyone else that was in the WWE.
But anyways, I mean, I'm not saying this match was awful. I did like this match. I'll admit I liked it. I thought it was a good opener. But how are you going to have the referee be knocked out in the opening match? I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
Yes, but it's not the first time a referee was ever knocked out.
And what I don't understand is they used weapons anyway, even though they weren't going to make this a no disqualification or any type of stipulation match.
That's what I just said. He did at WrestleMania 17 with Taker and Triple H.
But still, like, that's still stupid to do. That's still stupid to do.
There was no reason for that. That should have been a no DQ match from the start.
Yeah, especially with Taker Triple H, that's no exception at 17. That should have been no DQ, but they did that. That's why that match wasn't that perfect, but it was good. But just like this match, it was fine. It was fine. It was a good opener. The right person won. AJ Styles got the win.
Yes, but I'm surprised no one mentioned that crazy shooting star press Shane McMahon did back from since
I thought it was gonna break his fucking neck, almost kill himself like Brock Lesnar almost did.
No, come on, it's just Shane Weaver.
He perfected that. He showed Brock he could do a perfect shooting star press.
And he's older than him.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, he I was pretty surprised he pulled up the shooting star press. But, other than that, other than those complaints, it was a good match. It was a good opener. Right guy won. So there you go.
Yes, I'm happy AJ Styles finally won at WrestleMania. Although he should have won last year's too.
But you know what? This kind of makes up for it. So
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. So then we get to the next match, which was, I believe, it was Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the U.S. belt, and couldn't get into this. I mean, I know they tried to have a good match, but I wasn't feeling it while watching it, to be honest.
I didn't really care for it.
Okay, for me, this match was, I won't say a good solid match. It was a wrestling match for what it was. It was a good wrestling match, but the notable about that match was the pop-up powerbomb to a code breaker and the light-up scarf, which we didn't really need that, but okay then. I'd rather take life jacket instead. And thirdly, the finger.
The finger on the rope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been done before. It's not like it's something we haven't seen ever.
But it's probably been a while.
But still, it's like nothing innovative. But Kevin Owens won the U.S. belt. The right guy eventually won, but I didn't really care for the match itself.
If I'm correct, next match is the Raw Women's match.
Was it? Yeah, I believe it was. It was. I didn't really watch this match. So.
We watched a piss break, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so.
Well, at least everyone's attire looked great. Well, although I wasn't necessarily a big fan of Bayley's Macho Man tribute attire, but it worked for what it was.
And it's like, why is everybody doing Macho Man? Like, Punk was doing it, now Bayley's doing it. Like,
it's only two people.
But still, stop using like other legends like finishers to do that. Like Bayley did that to beat Charlotte.
The
What?
Miz.
That still doesn't excuse it.
Seth Rollins.
Okay, he only passed it down to Triple H. Only passed it down to him. Macho Man didn't pass the elbow down to Punk or Bayley.
No, they just used it.
Yeah, they just randomly used it.
Dolph Ziggler.
What do you mean, Dolph Ziggler?
Passed down.
But I'm saying, like, stop using finishers that have already done by legends. Use your own stuff. It never works.
Well, unless you're doing a small tribute, sure, but no need to do it consistently, though.
I don't know. I just... And what I don't understand is, like, Bayley eventually wins, but, like, what I don't understand is if they were going to have this anyways, if they were going to have Bayley win this match anyways, then why couldn't they just had Charlotte keep the belt until WrestleMania and have Bayley win it there? It would have been a bigger moment for her.
Yes, and it makes perfect logical sense, but WWE was like, okay, we have no other ideas. Let's just shake things up, just do that. It's like, no! It's perfect sense. Hey, it's predictable, but hey, it's worth it too.
Yeah, just like Yeah, just like keep the belt on Charlotte until WrestleMania, until you have Bayley win it. It would have been a much bigger moment for her, and it would have made her like more important than what WWE tries to make her out to be.
Yeah, you'll have to remind me. Yep, that's totally true. But it is what it is.
So that's why I didn't care about this match, and I'm glad I didn't. But then we get to the good stuff, because the next match was the triple threat ladder match for the tag titles, which obviously eventually.
Whoa! Triple threat.
Well, I was gonna say eventually it became a fatal 4-way.
I'm surprised no one mentioned okay, I guess we're not going to mention about the WWE Hall of Famers coming out on the WrestleMania stage, and then seeing Kurt Angle come out. Since that was my first time seeing him back, I missed the Hall of Fame. Just seeing those Yusuf Chins was just so nostalgic, so awesome. It's something you don't see that much anymore in the world of wrestling, especially in WWE.
Well, obviously, but that's pretty much all we could say there. Not really much in depth to it, but yeah, the triple threat ladder match, which eventually became fatal 4-way, and we all thought like I actually thought for a second that New Day was just gonna put.
Yeah, they were ready to go. They were ready to.
Yeah,
go.
like they had their old gear on. I was like, oh, they're just gonna.
When Kobe Kidd took off that hat and started slowly walking towards.
Yeah, it was like I actually believed it, and then the Hardys music hit, and it was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm like, this just got better and better. Like at first I wasn't even that much interested, but because it was a ladder match, I was like, you know what? Let me just check it out. And I'm glad I stick through this, because then the Hardys showed up, and now it's like, all right, now I'm into this.
You would have turned it on as soon as I called you.
Yeah, now
to tell you.
I'm like, now this is a moment. Now this is a WrestleMania moment, and I gotta watch what happens here, and I want to watch the Hardys go over here and win the tag titles.
And what happens?
What were you gonna say?
Before the New Day and then who's the next tag team? I was like, wait, could it be the Hardys? And maybe it could be those. But then when it came out, I was working. I was very like, oh boy, like okay, forget Enzo and Cass winning the tag team titles. It's got to be the Hardys now.
Yeah, I know.
But
like,
I feel like you have to the Hardys win since it's a ladder match.
And yeah, as soon as the Hardys, like, I was going for Enzo and Cass from the beginning. I was like, you know what, this is their time. They should get this moment. But once the Hardys music hit, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. It's the Hardys winning.
I feel like the Hardys would knock them back if they were not going to win the titles.
No, that's not true. I don't think that's true. I think they wouldn't mind putting over the young talent if they had to. But the Hardys, and I thought the match was good. Jeff Hardy did his crazy swanton bomb off the ladder, like onto, I think it was Cesaro or Sheamus through the ladder.
Yeah.
And then Matt Hardy reached up, grabbed the tag titles, and they're the new tag champs, and it was a great moment.
Yeah, I was happy they won. I was so happy.
And this is Jeff Hardy's first WrestleMania win in his career, which I really wanted.
Yeah, but it was Matt Hardy that actually won the match, not Jeff Hardy.
Okay, but they still won as a team. Like, it's still a win for Jeff Hardy. It's not like...
They still should have on the record book as a win.
Pretty much so.
It's still a win. Even though Matt Hardy was the one that took down the tag titles, it's still a win for him.
Yes. But hey, I can't wait for the Hardy Brothers Hardy Boys to get into their own singles runs again, because I want to see Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins.
And I know, people are like, oh, they didn't come back with the broken gimmick, or the broken Matt Hardy gimmick.
The broken gimmick.
I think it was in the back and do this
to make the Hardys the Hardys.
But you know what? I'm glad WWE didn't go right into the broken gimmick. I'm actually glad they didn't go right into that.
Yeah, let it work. Let them develop a story for it, and then they can do it.
Exactly. Because not everybody's gonna get it.
No, there's one thing real quick. Let me just get this through real quick. Pretty much say this: Hardy and the Wyatts obviously feud. Bray Wyatt somehow, makes one of the Hardys turn on themselves. Like, let's just say Matt betrays Jeff Hardy yet again. And then, obviously, Bray Wyatt controls them, they get broken.
Yeah, like, I don't know, something like that. Maybe it doesn't have to be the Wyatts. It could be, like, it could be other tag teams. I'm just saying the
Wyatts for now because, they, like, had that weird-ass gimmick.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, because if you throw the broken gimmick right away, like, not every, like, person watching WWE would get it.
Yeah, not everyone watches WWE that was there. Their kids may have watched it, but the parents aren't gonna. They know the original Hardy Boys.
Yeah, it's like you want to bring back the Hardy Boys as they were in WWE first, and then maybe down the road you do the broken Matt Hardy gimmick.
Yeah, like Matt Hardy, obviously he has the the white hair and stuff. But they are gonna do it eventually, but not right now.
Yeah, Matt Hardy still has the hair. He still has that signature hair for it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Maybe eventually down the road they do it, but not right this second. You can't jump into stuff like that.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just happy to see the Hardy Boys back.
Yeah, no, I wasn't complaining of this. So, after that match, I was like excited. And then we get to, I think, the next match was Seth Rollins and Triple H for the, not for championship, the non-sanctioned match.
And that wasn't a non-sanctioned match. That was a wrestling match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I had such good expectations for this, because like I know about non-sanctioned matches, and I always say that like the best non-sanctioned match I ever saw was Triple H and Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 2002.
Yeah, I would say that.
So I was expecting some of that. Not, probably not the blood part, but at least somewhat violent. But they weren't even using that much weapons in this match, and the match was just too long too.
Yeah. Wait, was the match really that great?
Yeah.
But the crowd wouldn't even excited for it. They were just so
Yeah, a lot.
Shocked.
Yeah, a lot of times in the crowd they weren't even getting into the match. Like there was barely any reactions during the during the match.
Pretty much so. Yeah. And wait. I'm surprised we didn't even get to the entrances. When I saw Triple H's entrance, I was like, okay, it's just on a motorcycle. Okay, let's go. Please, Oscar, come on. We didn't really need that. That's kind of like a ripoff of She-Belle from WrestleMania 21. We didn't need that entrance. At least that particular entrance. I
honestly didn't mind it. I didn't mind the entrance. It's not the greatest WrestleMania entrance he's done, but I'll take it.
And then we had Gold Power Ranger Seth Rollins come out and do his thing, but hey,
yeah, what I don't understand, he comes out with a torch. He pulls it. He throws it down, or not throws it down. He puts it down on the ramp, and then the Titantron or the Tron on the ramp is comes in fire, or the whole place is fire.
I used that during the match.
Yeah, I actually thought he was gonna do that during the match, but silly me. This is WWE we're talking about.
This is getting interesting.
I'm like, silly me. WWE wouldn't do this.
No.
But yeah, and then when you get to the match, at first it was fine. They were beating up each other. They were going all around the announce table and stuff. But then they barely used the weapons, and it didn't even exceed all that expectations that we thought.
None whatsoever.
And it really dragged too. I thought this was pretty long of a match than it should have been.
Well, it was definitely a long match.
The only other good thing about this was Stephanie going through the table.
Well, yeah, that was the only. That was pretty much the only good spot in that match. Because at least Stephanie got hers at the end. And you know what? The right guy won in the end. Triple H put over Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. You know, it's funny. Triple H has faced every member of the Shield one-on-one. And and Dean Ambrose is the only one that has not beaten Triple H one-on-one. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have.
That sucks.
Just shows you who's actually the weakest link of the Shield in WWE's eyes.
Even though Dean Ambrose beat both Shield members at Battleground last year.
That's WWE logic for you. That's WWE logic. But that was that. And then I'm like, all right, like at least we got through that. Can't get any worse, but it got worse because then we got to. Because then and then like I was completely reminded that there was a WWE Championship match involving Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And
Mike, let me start off first before you get the.
Oh my God. Was this the biggest train wreck of a WWE Championship match at a WrestleMania I've ever seen in my entire life?
Like, let me go first.
Fine, say what you gotta say.
Okay, two things. One, you beat Bray Wyatt with one RKO. Like, come on. Bray Wyatt can take more than that. And two, what is with that WCW, like, cheesy stuff with, kids and worms and vehicles that show that, Bray Wyatt's getting more problems. No.
It obviously didn't do nothing for Orton. Obviously didn't weaken Orton. I actually thought at one point that this was cool of like them doing the whole maggots like on the like showing the maggots in the ring trying to scare Orton, and then it was just like one RKO, 1, 2, 3, and he's done. And I wasn't even mad. This was actually entertaining to me. I laughed my ass off.
That's not entertaining. This was bad.
I'm not saying this was good. But like this was good. This was good in my sadistic way. This was like entertaining to me.
It was good for all the.
And it's also the ego side of me coming out because I told you that this was gonna suck and that Bray Wyatt was just gonna be a transitional, like was just there to hold that belt so that Randy Orton could get it. And that they weren't building him up for shit, and this just further proved it.
Well, this went to the House of Horror matches, and to the horror match, you probably laugh even.
Oh shit! You think Bray Wyatt's going over there?
Worst match ever.
You think Bray Wyatt's going over there? No way! No way! Not a chance. Especially now with the Superstar shakeup, which we'll get to in a little bit, but yeah, now here's my take. I mean, just to say, this was probably the worst, one of, if not the worst, WrestleMania WWE Championship matches I've ever seen in my entire life.
No, it's the worst one. Shawn Michaels versus Diesel at 11 was better.
You know what? I'll give you that. Yeah. This was probably the worst WrestleMania WWE Championship match in my life.
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Who would have thought that would be the case? But
see, I told you from the beginning how this was gonna go. People were like, oh, they're taking Bray Wyatt seriously. They're giving him the WWE title. This is gonna be great.
No.
Whoops. Oops. Not a chance. Instead, they gave the WWE Championship once again to Randy Orton. And Bray Wyatt has yet to win a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because he's the reverse Undertaker.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I feel even more worse for Bray Wyatt because Jeff Hardy got him and broke his losing streak. Bray Wyatt still has it.
Oh my god. But this did save me. The next match obviously saved me, and that was the Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, in my eyes, probably match of the night right here.
Okay.
I would say best booked, best match of the night too.
Okay, like I already told you this before, but like I was confused. Like, okay, I kind of understand why people wouldn't go, but why is we get behind Lesnar? Like, come on, what if we seen Lesnar for months now? Now we're getting behind him as if it were 2015 all over again. Like, wait, what's going on here? I had no reason to really get behind Lesnar. I was just kind of watching the match. Like, yeah, I was gonna go for Goldberg because I'm a Goldberg fan.
No,
but I couldn't get behind Lesnar. I'm sorry, I just couldn't.
I couldn't either. Like, if it's Goldberg, if he's facing Goldberg, I'm going behind Goldberg. I'll always be a Goldberg guy, and but obviously, I knew where this is heading. Obviously, the way this is going.
Goldberg was not gonna win.
And Goldberg, he wasn't happy being Universal Champion, and it was obvious he was gonna drop the belt to Brock, which, storyline wise, it was the right move, because
don't forget what Goldberg said.
This was pretty much the rubber match.
Don't forget what Goldberg said in that interview, saying, "If I'm going to be happy, I'll just buy a car." No mention of the fans whatsoever. So that's probably why there was no real chance for Goldberg at Mania.
And I think it's also because they weren't chanting for him also because he's had shorter matches. It's because of the short matches.
But no one complained when it was WCW back in 97 and 98. No one complained about that.
It's the fans. They're just dumb. It's just some fans are just dumb. I hate to say it, but they really are. They really are. I mean, I know there's smart fans out there. I know, but there are just fans that are just like their logic of like booing and cheering people are just out of whack.
Yeah, I completely agree. Al, your take on this?
I have no comment.
Wait, you have no comment? Wait, okay, what about people getting behind Lesnar, which seemed confusing for both me and Mike?
No, they just like him too because he's got Paul Heyman, and they'll worship Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman, sure, he's great, but I can't really get behind either guy at this point, although I'll still go over Goldberg, but at least on the bright side, Lesnar and Goldberg have lifted that WrestleMania curse from WrestleMania 20 over their shoulders.
No question about it. No question about it. This was definitely better than WrestleMania 20. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Ugh.
I mean, and the match like from bell to bell was actually great. Like it was actually one of the matches I was actually in like. From bell to bell, I was actually watching with interest. Like it was actually good. And they had Brock kick out of the jackhammer, and it was a cool moment because now it's like, what does Goldberg have to do to beat him? And then Brock suddenly gets the upper hand, and then he eventually beats Goldberg. It was right. It was like the best booked, and I love this match. It did what it needed to do. This story did what it needed to do, and you know what? Kudos to WWE. They brought back Goldberg, and they did right with him. They booked him right this time. They learned from their mistakes from his first run, and they did him right.
Thinking about it, I could be wrong, but I believe if you have to watch both matches back to back, by the time Lesnar and Goldberg started wrestling at 20, the match was probably over at 33.
Wait, what?
Of course you remember that big lockup from the very beginning of the match at 20.
Oh, yeah, and how long that was.
Yeah, I was thinking probably by the time they actually started wrestling, the match was over, with their match at 33 was already over.
Yeah. You're probably not wrong. I think you're not wrong there. But, Whoa, what is that? But okay, but anyways, yeah, this was great, and I love the match. So finally,
She's my mom.
the main event, and oh man, oh man, do we have a lot to talk about with this one?
Wait, what match are you up to?
The main event, and obviously you know what that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't there the other Divas match before that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I skipped that. Jay would have killed. Jay would have killed me for that. Jay would have killed me for that if he was here.
Yeah, you're like, hey, what about my girl? What about my girl?
Yeah, celebration.
So you had the whole SmackDown Women's Championship match with the whole SmackDown Women's roster facing off for the belt. And Naomi got the win. I mean, okay, good for her that she got the belt, but seriously though, again, it's the same mistake with Bayley. Why did you have to have her win the championship early?
Yeah.
If she was gonna win the title here, why did she win early?
I don't know.
And it was her hometown. How much more great it would have been if she won the title for the first time here at Mania.
Hey, no, this, what did you do? They did.
Oh my god. Again, they make the same mistake. For real now. And they even have her drop the belt when she first won it, only to have her come back and win it again at Mania.
This was dumb. That was dumb.
Dumb move.
I was really waiting for them to make her drop it again on Freaking Friday. I was waiting.
Well, obviously that's nothing. I don't know. She might drop it. She might drop at the next the next SmackDown pay-per-view, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, just stupid on all counts. Now we get to the main event. The one that we gotta really, dissect here from bell to bell, and most of all, for entrances too, because obviously going into this, as soon as you knew that this was main eventing, and obviously as soon as you knew that I saw that Jim Ross's theme music hit, and he came out to announce this match, you knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah. You knew something was up.
Very surprised.
And JR, I give kudos to WWE here. We were, before we were saying, WWE didn't really mention, JR losing his wife and the whole thing. But you know what? They did him right here. They brought him back to announce what possibly was Taker's last match.
Well, it was Taker's last
match. It's Taker's last match, and they brought him back to at least commentate for this. So I'm glad that they're in good graces now. They settled their differences.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year deal too with them.
Yeah, especially with with the time he's in now. He just lost his wife, so having JR come back to do this was it was a class act on their part. I praised them for doing that, and I think it was a good move. So then we get to the actual, bell to bell. It was smart of that when they had that long ramp, probably the longest ramp in WrestleMania history.
You let Taker get the shirt out. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
We were there for an hour.
No, it was realistically probably 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get to the ring.
But still, though, it would have taken longer. The show would have been 8 hours. Would have gone to 8 hours instead of 7.
I never gonna let it do that. Why don't you break the freaking King for just an ancient thing? Go back to being Undertaker.
I don't know, but so the match happened, and I didn't even know this, but they made the match no DQ out of the blue. Like they didn't even announce it. They just said it was no disqualification. There was really no announcement until like they both got in the ring.
Okay.
I was like, oh well, okay, let's just see how it goes. And from the beginning and middle, this was bad. Like it was just sad to see how Taker was performing here, and you could tell that he was really wearing and tearing.
Well, yeah, they said he brushed himself back for WrestleMania from a hip surgery.
Yeah, and right now, after he's now actually getting hip surgery, like, okay, like she didn't want to damage the episodes. I understand why you did what you did.
Yeah, they said that's why he got eliminated so early at the Royal Rumble, I heard, too.
Yeah, but so the match happened. Both guys did what they did, and then it was getting interesting at the end. They threw in deja vu of WrestleMania 27 with Reigns hitting his finisher on Taker like 3 times, hitting him with a chair over and over, him saying "stay down" like it was WrestleMania 27 all over again.
And 26, but don't forget when Reigns is gonna try to go check out too. Don't know it's kind of full out. There's like
oh yeah that like that was cringy to watch. That was cringy to watch. It really took me out of that moment.
I don't know who I go more back for, Taker or Reigns. I'm thinking more for Reigns because, come on, you're probably stronger if not unless the Undertaker, and you can't lift them up and things don't cut.
I don't know. He just couldn't have enough to do it, but in the end, you have the whole thing where Taker was like 3 spears that Taker kicked out of, and then Reigns, and then once Taker got up, Reigns was just going like all throughout the ropes, like running back and forth. Then the 4th spear, and then the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, but we can't. Well, else forgot to mention we can't forget how Hunter actually failed this during the match.
How he what?
Undertaker, when his signature said he failed to do that near the end of the match, which kind of got me a little bit. As even after seeing, even with Taker slowly crawling towards the steel chair to try to get back at Reigns, but Reigns just kind of standing around top of him with his foot in that chair. It's like, oh, I'm getting shades of WrestleMania 28 right now. I felt bad for Taker in this match. Like,
yeah,
this was not the Undertaker. This was not the Undertaker.
Well, I mean, you know what? It just shows, time has caught up to him, and it was his time to retire.
No,
he couldn't do it anymore.
4 years too late. If not, okay, WrestleMania 28, 29, or 28 or 29 would have been the best true for him to retire. But he wanted to continue on. But I'm not going to complain about that.
But yeah, then Reigns getting the win. Obviously, chorus of boos throughout the entire night. Afterwards, I mean, but then it ended after Taker, got up and did his, did his. It was kind of weird. It's kind of weird how they did it. Like Taker gets up, and then like they showed like the replays or the highlights of the match. Then like right afterwards, all of a sudden now he's in his gear, and then he just takes everything off. It's like, well, why was it just on like that if you're just going to take it off? I mean, I know it's to symbolize that, it was the end for him, but I don't know. It just felt weird.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm not about it.
And you could see on Taker's face that, he knew that this was his last match. He knew it was his last match. You could see it on his face. He knew that like this was it for him. And
yeah, it was. him just Taker take off those clothes, jacket, hat, right down there in that ring, then go out, yes, kiss Michelle McCool, yes, freaking kayfabe here, and then for the show to end off the way it did, Taker walking down the middle of that ramp, halfway, raising the fist up one last time, everyone goes out, goes dark, with the gong going off 3 more times before the show actually ended. That was a really special way to end off the show right there. Probably for WWE to do that.
Yeah, it definitely was a great way. It's definitely a WrestleMania moment. Definitely a memorable moment for a WrestleMania.
No
And
doubt about it.
yeah, but I mean, on the topic of was Reigns the right guy to do it?
No.
Look, obviously, yeah, I agree with you guys. It's no, but you know, Taker obviously wanted this, and at least you got to give some credit to Taker here for picking Reigns because at least he picked a younger guy, a young upcoming guy to do it.
Plus Taker believed in Reigns, so that this would be a good idea, and it is what it is. But
Yeah.
And look, I'm with you guys. I'm not saying that Reigns was the right guy to do this, but I'm content with it. He picked a younger guy, an upcoming guy that he can make a star out of, and at least Reigns could say in his career that he retired the Undertaker. It's a hard pill to swallow, and it's some things that, and obviously everybody hates to realize that that's a fact, but you know what I mean. It's weird because yeah, but at least it happened. At least a younger guy did it. At least a guy who's full time and is going to be there for WWE in the upcoming years was the one to do it.
Oh.
And but like I really think the hate for Roman Reigns is just ridiculous.
Well, before we even get to that, can we do the Taker tribute?
Well, we kind of already said what we said about Taker.
Well, we did, but Al wasn't there, so it's like we kind of gotta do a short version, I guess, of it.
Well, I guess we'll say what Al needs to say about it. I mean, we kind of already said our piece.
Okay, then.
What? What do I do?
Well, your thoughts of Taker, and a little career tribute for him.
Probably one of the best WrestleMania brawlers the WWE probably could ever get. From the $1 Million Man, bringing him in, to the end of freaking his career. So I'm saying.
That's very fun, and I believe that Taker is the greatest of all time in WWE.
I say he's the greatest of all time WrestleMania-wise. He should be the real champion of WrestleMania, Mr. WrestleMania.
Yes, I agree with that.
But I'm not sure about this game.
Okay, yes, Taker's not the greatest in-ring performer of all time. He's one of, but he's not the greatest. But you'd have to at least say that Taker is the greatest when it comes to longevity because...
There's no question about that. There's no debating that. There's no disputing that.
There's no question about it.
What other wrestler can you name that has had that longevity as him?
Yes.
Other than Flair.
Yes, Flair, we're talking about Taker like in WWE solely. Flair was just like in between WWE, WCW, then WWE, then TNA.
Don't forget NWA. Or was it AWA before? I forgot which one it was.
I don't know, but he was all over the place. But Taker always stayed with WWE as the Undertaker.
Yes, and my first wrestling match with him was him at 42, and he had a 5-star class with Batista. No doubt about it.
There is no question about that. But yeah, it really, this is officially end of an era. A guy who we've watched as,
As kids.
yeah, as kids,
Pretty much the end of our whole era.
and one of the reasons we've gone into wrestling and had a love for wrestling was because of him. And well, he's not the main reason we watch wrestling. Otherwise we'd stop watching right now since he's retired. But he is one of the reasons that we've come to love wrestling and that we have a passion for it.
Yeah, you pretty much think Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock.
Yeah, there's no way anybody. I don't think anybody ever will have that longevity as him, and that and that aura and that immortality as him,
and replicate what the Undertaker has done in his career.
Nope, no one can.
Pretty much so, because there's only one Undertaker.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Roman Reigns being that guy to do it. Obviously he's not the perfect guy for the job. But
wait, are we talking about the Road to WrestleMania here?
Well, I was actually going to get into that because actually this is a good transition because we go into the Raw after because it immediately kicked off with the Thank You Taker chants and then a long one in actuality as well.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
And eventually Roman Reigns came out, and the entire crowd could not stop booing and could not give Reigns the light of day to speak.
They slammed him. This is probably the loudest and rowdiest crowd I've ever seen. It's even better than anything that the Attitude Era has ever done. Sorry to either of you who's a big Attitude Era fan, but this was even crazier.
But I gotta say though, this is really undeserved hate though. I mean, I understand the frustration with him. I understand he's not their guy. But they still have to understand that if they keep booing him, he's still gonna get pushed, no matter how hard they boo. I don't know how fans can't grasp the fact that that WWE is in a reaction business now. I don't know how they can't grasp that.
Yeah, it's pretty much based off reaction. If you're getting booed, they're gonna just keep showing this person just to get them booed.
And the whole argument of Reigns being shoved down their throats is completely ridiculous. And it's very, very hypocritical as well, because they brought in Finn Balor, who debuts on the roster, and immediately
gets the world title.
Yeah, immediately is in the world title picture.
And wins it.
Yeah, and wins the belt. That's not shoved down your throats. That's not being pushed too early.
That's getting pushed insanely early. I was mad when that happened.
At least it took Reigns 3 years to win his first WWE title.
Yeah.
Finn Balor wasn't even on the main show for a month, and he won the belt. And fans are like,
right after what? It was right after the draft.
Yeah, right after the draft.
The following week after it, boom, world title.
I don't understand. It really is undeserving hate. And I mean, I understand. I'm not the president of the Roman Reigns fan club by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns, but the hate is really undeserving. I got to be fair with this.
Well, I like Roman Reigns, but
Yeah, I mean, I like him.
He's a good performer, but yeah, the way that he's been treating him and the way the fans have been treating Reigns, well, with WWE, yeah, get that out of here. But with the fans, yeah, it can be unnecessary at times, and sometimes it's justifiable, especially now that he ended the Undertaker's career, or at least just defeated Taker at WrestleMania.
Well, the second guy to beat Taker at WrestleMania.
Yes, okay.
Now we don't. But I straight up don't like Roman Reigns. I liked him before. Just for some reason, I just started hating him, and it's not because he's getting shut down. That I just didn't like him.
And you gotta give it to Reigns here for what he did on Raw. He kept it short and sweet. He did not go a 20-minute long segment. He just let the boos. He just let the fans like have their moment. Boo, get all that hate out of their system, and boo like with every fiber of their being at Reigns. Like get all their anger out at him. He just took his time, let the fans do their thing, and then he perfectly executed his line. This is my yard now, and left. I'll give it to him. This was good. I thought this was good for him.
But yeah, WWE needs to turn him heel, or let's just see what happens the next 10 weeks on Raw, because they're still going to be moving.
Oh no! After last week's Raw and what Strowman did to him, he ain't turning heel.
No.
Yeah, but people cheer for Strowman.
Strowman's the big heel right now.
Yeah. And what's crazy is people are like, oh, Braun Strowman's turning face, and it's like, no, people are just cheering for him because he's beating up Roman Reigns that they hate.
Yeah. Plus, hey, it was kind of cool to see Braun Strowman wreck Reigns, and yes, left up that famous hobo. Of course, we knew that the machine was assisting Braun Strowman the whole time, but hey, it was still cool to see.
But Strowman being face, I don't think that's ever going to work. I don't think that will ever really work.
Yeah, but I mean,
I feel like he's just not made to be a babyface.
Yeah, I mean, he's not turning face. He's not going to be face. But I will say, though, it was cool to see. You don't see stuff like that every day with how, like, Braun Strowman lifted that or like, just, like, tilted that ambulance truck on its side while Reigns was in there.
What about, with Big Show in that Jeep, was that real or was that fake, too?
Big Show what, in that Jeep?
Yeah, knocking over a Jeep or something like that.
Oh, it probably was. I'm not entirely sure, but
okay, I'll look that up there.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it was cool to see. But I mean, you kind of know where it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Reigns is gonna come back, no sell the injuries that Braun gave him, and then win it.
Yeah. Well, he did suffer an injury to his shoulder, so they had to get surgery done or something.
So is it official now, guys? It's LOL. Reigns wins.
I mean, we'll see what happens. If they actually do that, then we may just make it official. LOL. Reigns wins. Or Reigns wins. LOL.
And I think you're right, Mike. I think you're really right this time. Again.
With what?
Like, yeah, a couple of years ago, like, oh man, we're gonna be the next scene. I'm like, yeah, we're next guys. You're gonna miss Johnson. Yeah, I'm missing Johnson too.
Yeah, I told you. Ain't I right?
I still don't miss him.
I do.
But yeah, yeah, and as I was mentioning Finn Balor before, he returned on the Raw after Mania. Obviously, fans were going crazy, which again speaks, like I said before, speaks to the hypocrisy of the fans.
You're gonna tell me twice now.
Like there's real, like, what has this guy done that's special?
None whatsoever.
Like okay, he has a cool entrance, but then what? Like, what else does he have?
Wait, Reigns or Balor?
Balor. Like, he has the entrance, but what else?
I'm a former NXT champion. I faced the likes of Nakamura, Samoa Joe, and Sami Zayn.
He's got no charisma, no mic skills. All he does is kicks. He's got nothing to back up his character or anything.
So basically, he's not actually wrestling.
No, pretty much. Like, all he does is kicks. You never see him do. You barely see him do anything else.
And is that your exact opinion on New Japan Pro Wrestling too? That conversation we had a couple months ago.
I'm saying most of that company is kicks, not all of it.
And that's the main reason why you say that. If you say that Kenny Omega was too tired at WrestleMania 11, that's better than Taker at WrestleMania 25. And you don't know real wrestling because companies are just about doing kicks.
Pretty much. I mean, if that's the whole match, if I see that's the whole match, then I'll say it. But I can't really make that argument right now. So
I'm still surprised you didn't see the match yet.
Haven't got around to it. But anyways, moving on. You had
hard all day, all night.
Oh yeah, the Revival make their debut. And you know what? I kind of dig them a little bit. They're okay, I guess.
They don't get old really fast.
It's just that theme music, man. It's a really great theme music to headbang to.
Yeah, I'll
wait.
that part. That I will.
No, wait. How'd you feel like on the day of your graduation, like someone's having a party and they play the Revival theme song for that party?
I'd say if you have long hair, take your ponytails out and wave that.
Pretty much.
That theme music though, that's funny as hell. I laugh when I hear that.
How is that funny? It's just cool.
Because it's like so simple. It's like, we go hard all day, all night. Say yeah. Like, how do you not laugh to that?
Well, you're singing, yes, it's funny, but when it comes on,
that's literally their theme music. We go hard all day, all night.
That sounds like a bunch of frat boys singing that song.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I guess we'll see what they do on there. Hardy's retained their tag titles against I think it was Gallows and Anderson.
And Alexa Bliss and Mickey James coming to SmackDown.
You mean they went to Raw?
Yeah, they're on Raw.
I'm somewhat excited, but
it was just so weird too how they did the Superstar shakeup.
Yeah, I thought it would be like a normal, like everyone shows up, you don't know whether you get drafted.
It was just so weird because like they just randomly show up on Raw and then on and the guys on SmackDown, like they out of the blue.
Yeah,
and it's like you don't know what is going. And it's like you don't know what is going on.
SmackDown. Whoever wins gets the draft pick or something.
It was just like confusing, and they try to make it seem like a big deal, but it just really wasn't.
I got
oh, okay, yeah, that works. Sasha Banks just shows up on fucking Raw.
It's like, oh, Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens or Dean Ambrose, the IC champ, is coming to Raw. Okay. He's been on Raw before. He's been on Raw before. It doesn't. How is this exciting? It's like, okay, he's been on Raw before. It's not like it's anything new.
Wait, who has?
Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah, that's better. But hey, it's a shake-up. Hey.
And like, oh, Kevin Owens, the U.S. champion, we got him on SmackDown. Well, he's been on SmackDown plenty of times.
I don't remember that.
What?
don't know what's been on SmackDown, or at least not that much.
Well, we're saying before the draft. That's why we're saying this draft was a bad idea because like they've all been on these shows, and it's not like it's a big deal when it happens.
But at least they're not facing the same guys and girls because without the draft.
But in the past they have. But whatever. It just they try to make it seem like it's a big thing when it just isn't.
Yeah, I thought Peyton Royce or Billy Kay was going to get bought up, but that didn't happen.
Trying to think. They ended up, well, we kind of missed this point. The new Raw general manager, obviously Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
I'm just really cautious though. Like I'm glad that he's the general manager, but I'm just really cautious about it now. Because I feel like that somehow, some way, they're not gonna make us like Kurt Angle anymore, just like they've done with everybody else.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sure Kurt Angle's actually gonna.
Like it wasn't like more than 2005 or something. He was like general manager.
2004, he was SmackDown general manager.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be something we're just gonna hate him.
Wait, did Taylor get injured? Is that why Kurt Angle was the GM, or was that before Taylor came in?
That when he was general manager of SmackDown, that was before Teddy Long came in.
Okay.
As general manager of SmackDown.
Yeah, because Taylor I think came in like the year right after that.
Well, Teddy Long became general manager right after Kurt Angle storyline was fired from that job. But I really hope that they don't make that they recycle and repeat the same stuff with Angle. That it becomes a tiring. That it ends up becoming us being tired of seeing him on TV.
No, it's not.
Because they've done that. They've done that in the past with other legends.
But not Kurt Angle.
Don't do that. Just don't do that.
Not Kurt Angle. Not Undertaker.
Yeah, not Undertaker because he wasn't on TV every week.
Why they did it with Shane? They already did it with Shane because he showed up every freaking week now.
Yeah, they were kind of doing it. They were kind of doing it with Shane because I don't know. He kind of lost his luster after he came back. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They were like, okay, yeah, now he's here every week. Okay.
Wait.
I just hope too. My also other fear is that he doesn't become a boring, bland, usual babyface general manager.
No.
I'm just hoping that's not the case with Kurt Angle. But, anyways.
Make him the fun general manager. Make him that fun general manager. I would love that if he just became that fun general manager.
I hope. Plus, too, I think he would work better as a heel, to be honest. Because he's always worked better as a heel.
That's very true right there.
But the problem is, if he does turn heel, the fans aren't gonna be booing him.
Wait, who?
No,
Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, they're gonna say something completely different.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Kurt Angle.
Wait, why did you Kurt Angle?
Because I'm saying though, Kurt Angle works better as a heel and he's more entertaining as a heel. And you think about it, even if he turns heel today, fans are still gonna cheer for him.
Yeah, but you know what?
Well, especially if he does goofy stuff.
If he's heel, he can still be that fun, general manager type heel thing. I'm just gonna say this: when he was with Stone Cold, obviously, when he did a stupid song.
I just hope they don't make him too goofy. I really hope.
You can make him goofy, just not that goofy.
I mean, you make him funny, but then at times make him a serious general manager.
Pretty much so.
Yeah, like
yeah,
do the goofiness right, but make him serious when he has to be serious.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. Just balance it out.